On October 25th, 2025, Dr. Jayaprakash Muralitharan, originally of Sg.Siput, became the first Malaysian to secure a doctoral degree in atmospheric science from the prestigious Cambridge University in the UK. Now, his is a story of big dreams, perseverance, and hard work. And he's proof that you truly can achieve anything you set your mind to. We are delighted and honored to have him here with us to talk about his journey. A very warm welcome to you, Dr. Jayaprakash.
Thank you.
It's been a few weeks since your remarkable accomplishment. Congratulations again. Are you still on a high, or things slowly returning to normal for you?
I think, I'm trying to absorb everything and it's getting back to normal, I guess.
And I know we're lucky to have you because a lot of people want a piece of you, want to hear your story. And speaking of which, your journey has been a remarkable one, from the estates of Sg.Siput to getting your PhD from one of the most prestigious universities in the world. Take us back to the beginning of this journey and talk to us about your childhood. How has your upbringing shaped you into the person you are today?
Well, Nick, actually the childhood in the estate has always been the key factor to where I am today. Many of them actually think that I'm a Bangsa boy, I'm a PJ boy, I'm a KL boy and all stuff like that. Reason being is that because, number one, I can't speak Tamil. Mm-hmm. It's not because I can't speak Tamil because I didn't want to learn Tamil. It's because my parents were advocating Tamil at home when we were young, that much. But speaking of it, is that many think that I was only... Yes, I originated from Sg.Siput, and Hewood Estate was where my dad was working as, I think, mandor or clerk then. And they had a kind of like preschool was more like the old traditional wooden kind of school thing that we had to attend when it was, I think, about 4 or 5 then. And then apart from that, my journey involved also in various other estates, as I just wanted to explain here. We were also in Kluang Estate. We were also in Jeram Estate in Kuantan. And then we were also in Palo Estate and few other estates in Segamat, Palung Estate. Not because Dad was on promotion or anything like that, but Dad had to move because to ensure that he could provide better opportunities for us as well. So along the way, our lifestyle in estates, it started in Sg.Siput was like where we actually learned a lot during those estates. We saw the transition of plantation to rubber plantation to oil palm plantation along our lives. So that was the best time where things were, you don't have gadgets. We never had gadgets, and we were able to explore everything outdoor, and that taught us a lot about resilience and in terms of engaging in true friendships and all. Life wasn't easy though. I'll be very frank, Nick. Life was challenging in the sense that we never had proper access to good to clean water, electricity. Whenever we moved to certain estates, like in Jeram in Kuantan, we were living somewhere like takes about 40 minutes from the main road to reach the house. And although we used to take about 4 o'clock morning bus to the school then, and then we will reach home only about 8 o'clock night. So, we have to do all the modification and prepare our stuff, and those things were complicated. And there were times where I didn't realize all this, how we were actually living in how Dad was managing us actually. But he provided us the best. At the same time also, we knew our limitations, especially when we never had the resources to actually explore much by engaging people. Hey, you watch something on TV, you saw this thing on TV, nothing much on that. But what Dad really did and changed us when we were in the estates was providing us access to books. So if you're asking me how it shaped me here right now, it shaped my siblings and all, it's actually, he invested something called in the Britannica Encyclopedia in the 80s. Right.
Yeah.
So what he did was, he was tight on budget, very tight. So I heard only this right now, why he still keeps it for us at home, is that he actually took loan to buy us a book. And he paid them, those days that was only about 100, 200 ringgit, I guess. So he took loan to invest in books for us. So when we didn't have electricity and water access, Britannica was our source. So I used to read, it was like this Child Britannica, the white, and then the red is the encyclopedia. So I used to read them a lot. Those were the things that actually I realized that the world is out there and so big, and I could do so many things by just reading them, not understanding how big was the world then. So that pushed me to an extent that, whatever is written here, I need to explore. I need to go into that. I need to explore the world. So that pushed me to trying to, reach out.
Was that the spark that sort of like triggered your interest in science? Because when you talk about Malaysians furthering their studies, we all go for the big three: lawyer, doctor, engineer. You went down, quite, or you can say quite a niche path along the sciences. Would you credit that your exposure to the encyclopedias and all that to letting you know, okay, what's out there in the world? Maybe I should go and try science.
Yeah, what really triggered me was actually reading these encyclopedias then, because I read a lot about inventions and creations, but I had questions. I read a lot about solar system then. I just wanted to know, how did people at those days explore about the stars and all these systems that was then being explored and written in the encyclopedia, but I couldn't get answers, right? So now I learn. Today, I'm telling you, in Cambridge, what taught me is that you shouldn't have a correct answer when people ask you questions in science. When I defend my cases with my supervisors, the day that when I said I don't know, that is what they wanted. So that was where I was trying to explore. I had a lot of questions when I was reading those books. Yes, it's written there, but those days encyclopedia is written, but I don't get the continuity answers. When I go to school, I ask questions, I don't get it. Teachers were like, you're trying to act smart. Why is the sky blue? Those kind of questions, no one gives me an answer then.
Right. And okay, take us along the continuation of the journey. You've now got this interest in science and all that. And so after you finished school and all that, what path did you go into? What did you study?
So what happened is that, as I said, when we were in the primary, secondary school, I realized I wasn't an intelligent student then. It all started in UPSR when I was 12 years old. It actually started when 10 years old, sorry, I remember this incident, where I failed my maths because I didn't know how, you had this thing that you had to scribble your ABCD and make it, thicken it black or something like that in the sheet, and you write in your answer questions and your answer. So what I did was, I answered in my question paper. I didn't know you need to put in the answer paper. So I failed my maths. And I was devastated. And then, how can I fail my maths? Then triggered me. So that 10-year-old incident pushed me to the extent that in UPSR, which I never got straight, I got straight A's from UPSR. So then I realized when I got straight A's from the estate in UPSR, my dad was ecstatic. He was so happy. My parents, my whole relative family, everyone started jumping. He got straight A's, straight A's. I was like, it's only straight A's, man. What's the big deal, right? But I saw the change in everyone. So that is where, when I went to Kuantan, moved to Kuantan, I scored straight A's again in SPM. In PMR. But SPM, I got some. I think I got 12 aggregate or something like that. Few A's. I was confused at the time what to do. So I wanted to explore. I was not so sure as we are at 17 years old. I wanted to go fly somewhere, go do this thing. I was applying everything under the sky then. That time, we didn't have internet. So you had to write in your proposals. So I tried on a few places. I realized that I wanted to go into oil and gas. So chemical engineering came in. So I thought, there's science, there's chemistry, there's engineering. I can go offshore. I can explore something then. So I did. I went to UTM and pursued my PhD, my degree then. But when I came out, I completed my degree. I didn't like being in a facility where you troubleshoot same. I feel it could be the same problem. I couldn't get exciting challenges then. So I was not totally in the offshore or anything like that, but I was in the services side for a bit. I realized that I want more challenge. So that's when I joined the government, right? And along the way, I wanted more. I want more challenge. So I wanted to go into science. I still haven't gone into science yet. So I did my Chevening scholarship. I focused on environment. That's when I realized, when I started focusing to environment cluster, I was exposed to many experts in environmental sciences, atmospheric, river, marine, and climate change was coming in. So that is where I decided to be truthful, when I applied for Cambridge, I got into Cambridge. I didn't know what I was getting into until the day I reported in Cambridge that I would be doing modeling and hardcore science. I thought I'd be doing policy. So, but it really triggered me because I felt like my dream was coming true. I was within the society of top-notch scientists. Not, apart from, I was also engaging a lot with the people from the chemists, from the lab, and they were really doing pure research to present science to the world. So yeah, I mean,
You've mentioned all the challenges that you faced, in your childhood, to get a good education and all that. Talk to us about your biggest challenge. Looking back at all the things you've experienced, what would you say your biggest challenge has been? And tell us how you managed to push through that.
Well, the two phases of biggest challenge, I would say. One was especially the time when we had, in childhood time, we had limited access to certain, people say luxury right now, shoes, the stuff and all. So there were times when me and my siblings used to not tell our dad that we don't have this shoe that is torn, but we want to play football, all the stuff. I mean, it was really hardcore. And I was a head prefect of my school then. So I can't go and, tell people that, I was wearing torn shoes under the sole and all stuff. So that moment, I found it to be a bit tough because I didn't know what was, economically what my parents were struggling. But that was that period of challenge, right? Along the way, my second phase, I would say the rest and all challenges were norm. But along the way, this is over the past 10 years, the biggest challenge that we face is facing my son is diagnosed with special needs. So that was actually another new phase of challenge, which I thought, when you asked me, I had so many other challenges before that I thought, oh, this is a challenge, this is a challenge in life. But when this came in, this is a new paradigm of challenge, which I found it, okay, this is what you call life challenge, and this is how we need to deal with it. And it took me to another level of, I needed to have a strong thinking process to actually understand how to deal with something that you don't have answer to. So by that really was something that I had to take along with me to UK and deal with it while I was doing my PhD. It wasn't easy, but we made it through because it actually was a good thing for him to go and for us to really, to a new ecosystem, for him to put him in a new place and to face the challenges just 4 hours over there, not knowing anyone, leaving the whole support system here. That was tough. Yeah.
Right. Now, looking at your time at Cambridge, your PhD is in atmospheric science. A lot of Malaysians were all very excited when we heard you got your PhD. Congratulations! All the congratulatory messages were all coming in. But I'm sure at the same time, many Malaysians were a bit unsure. Okay, what does an atmospheric scientist do? So can you explain to us, in layman's terms, what exactly your field of study is about?
All right. Generally, atmospheric science is about a study about the life in the sky. Life of sky, sorry, not life in the sky, life of sky. So whatever is within the atmosphere, we would be actually assessing or studying the physics and the chemistry, and also using data, right now using data to access and also to present the condition of the climate, of the air, of the condition within the whole layers in the atmosphere. So depending on the nature of the study, like if you're studying something to understand the impact of human health, depending on the layer, so there's so many layers, I will not get into details of that, but the study basically is a study of the atmospheric or air condition within the layer in the atmosphere, in the planet.
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of air conditions and all that, I understand that you proposed Malaysia's first AI-based tool to forecast haze. How exactly does this work, and how did the idea for it come about in the first place?
Okay, so what happened is that I have been involved with ASEAN Agreement on Transboundary Haze during my first posting in the Ministry of Environment 2013. So during that engagement, I realized that it is a tough engagement. My colleagues are working very hard, and the current ministry is working very hard, year in, year out. And the government of Malaysia is actually one of the they're actually pushing towards trying to resolve this issue of transboundary haze. So realizing that, then I pursued my studies. So when I pursued my studies, I was using the data from DOE. And truthfully, Malaysia actually owns very, very good high quality data in DOE. And those data, it's called particulate matter 2.5 actually, it's PM 2.5. Those data was actually playing a significant part in me trying to provide information in my studies of the burden of air pollution in KL. So when I was able to access that, I realized that I was also engaging with some of the atmospheric science team in Malaysia. One of them was Prof. Talib from UKM and also. So I realized that they were actually also having some machine learning tools over here. So my team over in Cambridge were actually running machine learning on other parameters for AI studies and all. So then it captured my attention that actually we have everything over here right now. And what we need now is to inform people of forecasting transboundary haze using AI approach, using machine learning approach. So when I got back in February, the first thing that came to my mind is that one of my thesis conclusion was to use machine learning to forecast transboundary haze. Rather than talking about resolving the fires there, let's speak about informing people what to do and what's happening next 3 days, similar to like the thunderstorm weather. So using the existing parameters that's available within DOE and the data that's available there, and consolidating that with the ministry that needs it, we found that it can be done within actually 6-7 weeks only. I think they concluded, I think by August it was concluded, they concluded the proof of concept. So that was a low-hanging fruit. So I did engage, what happened is that since I came back, so I engaged directly with the ministry, with National AI Office, and then I spoke to DBKL. I told them, you have this condition right now, this burden of air pollution. Then I spoke to NRES. I also presented a digital economy, and told them that this is something that Malaysia can actually present as their proof of concept and to show evidence that you can forecast bad air quality days. For example, Nick, if you are living in KL, for example, and you can't stop the smoke, but if you get informed decision of what's happening next 2-3 days, you would be able to now make a decision. Should I go out and work? Should I do jogging? Or should I wear something on my mask? Should I ask my parents to take care? And should I buy an air purifier at home? So that's the next plan of action that we need to really prepare people within a smart city, you see. So that idea popped up through my engagement with my colleagues and my researchers and fellow tutors in Cambridge as well. So they were doing a lot on understanding how to manage cities, smart cities. So using that concept and that idea, so I developed the whole new idea of concept of environmental proofing using AI for air pollution. So that was how it all developed. So yeah, right now I'm happy that it's there, but it's within the purview of Ministry of Environment, I guess, right now. But I believe it's a good opportunity for us now to enhance it. Yeah.
So the tools are there now. It's how they choose.
Yeah,
the proof of
concept. The proof of concept has been developed. So, but we have a procedural approach to enhance it and to show the next level, because machine learning is something you train the data on.
Yeah.
So it's a continuous improvement. So I believe right now they are working on it. Yeah, they should be working on it. Yeah.
Okay. Now you've mentioned your journey, your past, and all that. Let's look ahead to the future. You've completed your academic journey.
Yes.
That chapter is done. What next for you? What's the next step in your career? What are your targets, your hopes, your aspirations?
My next, apart from science, apart from bringing back my research findings, I actually brought back another suggestion. I can't keep quiet, Nick. I'm not the type that thing. So what I did was, I tried to present to the government the use of sunflower tech. This is not related to science yet. Okay. Sunflower tech. Have you heard of sunflower tech?
No, I have not.
So sunflower tech is something that people use for people with hidden disabilities.
Okay.
So it was actually initiated in UK, and it's used within 300 airports and places in the world. So my son was using Sunflower Tech, whereby you are able to distinguish people with special needs or hidden disabilities. Hidden disabilities doesn't mean you're diagnosed with it. You could be having heart issues or anything like you want more attention and empathy. So that was one of the projects that I kicked off along with the AI. So I had this hardcore science, I had this empathy going on, this empathy approach. I presented the welfare department and all. So it stopped about, I presented to MOT the last, but that was something which, if you ask me what I'm doing next, that's my aspiration. But beyond that, in career-wise, I am looking at trying to use my skills basically where the government requires me. I think best right now. I believe right now the government has thank JPA. I mean, they sponsored me and we went to Cambridge. Right now, I'm back. So I believe now is the time for me to return that favor and that gratitude back to the society through using the tools and my skills I have right now. I'm at the age right now, it's the prime age for me to utilize that and to present and to at least support the whole mechanism of trying to mitigate environmental pollution towards health, right? That's my aspiration. But at the same time also, I hope, another angle that I hope and aspire to do in the civil service that I'm here right now through these two things of air pollution, sunflower tech, and few things that I'm working on right now is the point is that I think all this needs to focus on one keyword: empathizing, empathetic society. Doesn't mean empathetic needs to only look at a person that's empathizing over someone well-being, but empathizing the environment as well. So I realized after being away in within the Cambridge society, which have strong empathy towards environment, towards people, towards well-being, towards human being, here we need to kind of like emphasize that a bit. That is lacking in inertia because our nature of work is such, whereby in case if I tell you, hey, the sky and there's a lot of pollutant level is high, I think, can we like carpool, can we like look at this angle? I don't think so. You have that feeling of empathy in that. So that's my key direction right now. It's not, if I were to bring science, try to show you data, try to show you the air and all, no. But if I go back to the basic stuff, let's build on empathetic society or empathetic person. I think that's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I'm aspiring to do.
Right. Yeah. The human element, the human side.
Only through that you can now talk about, okay, don't throw rubbish into the river, don't drive when it's polluted, don't go into KL when it's congested, take the train. So all those things I realize it's a bit of challenge here in Malaysia. At the end of the day, people, you need to bring that change within the people. And you can't bring the change directly by just showing you that it's rising 1.5 degrees. Please, the water is rising, sea level is rising. Please stop polluting. You can't do that. You need to bring a soft touch. The soft touch is where I feel like I'm trying to do that right now. Yeah.
Okay. And finally, what advice do you have for Malaysians about dreaming big and persevering and working to make your dreams a reality?
So I would only like to say this thing. Your background doesn't define you. For those that are feeling that they are having limited access to education and limited access to maybe they're having special needs or they're having kids with special needs and all, you should not limit their access to opportunities. What I'm trying to say is that life without challenges is not life itself. Okay, so using that motto and that thing, I believe non-stop challenges will be coming in. So we should always aspire to achieve our dream. It can be big, can be small. Doesn't mean if you need to be big, you need to go Cambridge to be big, right? You need to exhaust all the opportunities out there. So many are not aware that going to Cambridge or going to Oxford or going to Harvard or name it, or the Ivy League universities is not impossible at all. You'll be surprised if you take the opportunity to write into a tutor, to a dean, or to a supervisor, you might be accepted. So that's what I did. I wrote into Cambridge since 2014. I was only accepted in 2020.
Got it.
He acknowledged me in 2020. So it's the continuous. You need to have the resilience in trying anything. This can be in your work. This can be in your studies. This can be in anything. So you need to continuously learn how to be persistent. Another thing that I would like to advise is that we need to learn to fail. We need to know how to fall, because many do not want to fall, many do not want to fail. And this message is not to the young ones only. These are to the parents as well. Let them fail in certain areas. Only then, when they move into the next stage of life, they will know how to stand up by themselves and they will know how to rise. So when I'm speaking to everyone right now, everyone's scared to fail. For example, when I brought my son right now, everyone wants them to be a Ronaldo at 10 years old when they play football. You need to score, they're scolded, they're reprimanded, you need to play hard, you need to do everything, you need to score grades, all these things. But you don't let them play and you don't let them fall, you don't let them basically let them fail. So I realized that's lacking here. We are moving too fast and yet we forget the basics. So going back to my estate childhood time, we were allowed to explore things by ourselves, be independent. Right now, everyone is having a fixed schedule that at 10 years old, everyone needs to do this. If this person does this, everyone needs to equally go into coding and all the stuff at this age. No, let them not know answers.
Right.
Children must not have answers at this age. Children must ask questions. Children must not know how to do. And it's okay for them not to know how to do algorithm or coding or basic English, or you can't do literature, or you don't understand geography. Those things, they let them fail. And people out there, you should know how to fall down as well. Please fall. Only then you know how to rise.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Jaya. You are truly an inspiration. We wish you all the best. And thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. This has been another Astro Audio News podcast.
Thank you.